What's up, beautiful black people? It's your girl Cook, and I'm dropping off those tips, hacks, and secrets to make your everyday life hassles a little bit easier. If you checked out the last episode of Good Tea, Great Time, we talked about intimacy. But in this episode of Cook's Crumble, I wanted to give an in-depth look of types of intimacy. So let's get into it. But if you know anything about me, you know I love black 90s and early 2000s TVs and movies. So we're going to be using those to help us break it down more. So to start things out, we start with Max and Kyle from Living Single. Now, you guys, I love them. They are my love language because their intimacy form was through humor. They cracked jokes on each other and eventually fell in love. They were the couple at the end that I was like, of course they're going to end up together. No matter how many fine sisters Kyle brought to the group or how many simple men Max brought, they always compliment each other the best. Now, y'all know I love Lord Jones. Oh, y'all, this is what gave me my love for poetry. And this is a great example of emotional intimacy because they were able to talk about their feelings after because they wasn't in the beginning. They was playing hard to get, and you see where that got them. But eventually, once they used their words to express their feelings, baby, they was standing out in the rain, kissing all hard. Baby, I still ain't kissed in the rain, and I still want to, but you gotta be real strategic because I can't have on no makeup and my hair gotta be waterproof. But you know, that's besides the point. Now, our next form of intimacy is explained through Love Don't Cost a Thing, and that's intellectual intimacy. Now, one thing that you can note between these two is they was able to bounce ideas back off of each other. She had that issue with her mama Carter. She had no business riding, and he wanted to be cool and thought that hanging with a popular girl was gonna get him there. And although it did, they learned other lessons along the way. But one thing that they really leaned on and what helped them make the decision to stay together is the fact that they were able to be each other's safe space. They was able to talk writing music and about him, his love for cars and what he actually wanted to do. They were able to grow and bond on a different level. Next is spiritual intimacy, and we are breaking down Poetic Justice for just that because that movie was deep on a different level. Some would say they did a lot of trauma bonding, but you can say that they exemplified a lot of spiritual intimacy because they had to lean on each other in some very, very dark times. She, after her partner passed in that horrible drive-in movie incident, and him in the midst of his cousin passing in real time, they had to lean on one another. Although he was scared of them feelings, they eventually came back to one another, but that also could have been trauma bonding. But you know, hey. So next on the list is social intimacy, and we have Gina and Martin, Pain, baby, and they are a great example because when they was out in public, they could match each other energy. She was just as crazy as he was, and she did not feel like he was doing too much. Well, yeah, she did feel like he was doing too much, but she ain't feel like he was doing too much to the point where she wanted to deal. His actions was, well, actually she did. Yeah, they just keep proving me wrong with this one. But they was able to match each other fly in public. Her friends was cool with his friends. Hell, they even started dating on each other. I like that. I still am trying to replicate that to this day. That big group friend couple where it's couples and singles, but it's all good and we still meshing. It's a work in progress. Next on the list is physical touch, and I love the fact that they use Whitley Gilbert and Dwayne Wade from Different World because they weren't hunching on each other out the gate. You know, he really had to get on board with the fact that she was waiting till marriage, and he also understood that she wanted to be wined and dined as a lady, you know. And last on the list, we have experimental intimacy with Moesha and Q. And what I really appreciate about them is that they have seen each other through different seasons. Moesha saw Q before he had a group that he was touring with, like she did when he was in college. So they were able to explore all aspects of their relationship because they were children and now they're adults. Moesha was in high school, now she in college. She was having to deal with her father in certain capacities, and in college those boundaries have been reset and she has to interact with him on a different level. Now, also from a young age, I did not really like Moesha and Q together because he was just too much of a bad boy. He started out with drama, even when he showed up to the school at Crenshaw with the whole hotties list, A+ list for the bad chicks and stuff like that. He just came in doing too much. But Moesha was able to see the good in him. No one else was able to, especially Frank. Now, for today's Cooks and Crumble, I wanted people to understand that intimacy is more than sex. Intimacy is so much more than sex. Look at all the different ways that you can show your partner that you're here, that you love them, and another way to do foreplay. So why not? Yeah, I love Black TV. And that's because I can see myself. I can see where I went wrong and where I went right. And I can make better decisions moving forward. Now, which intimacy stuck out most to you?